has fractured his ribs. He is out on Sunday. Jacoby Brissett will get the nod. Marcus Spears back with us. Miami plays the Raiders in Vegas on Sunday. Marcus, your reaction to this?
This bothers me a lot, y'all. And it bothers me because Tua Tagovailoa is about to get the injury-prone tag associated to him. And it's unfortunate. He dealt with the injuries, obviously, in Alabama. We knew the injury that he was coming off of with his hip coming out of college, and now you have a rib fracture. And look, let me say this, because people get it misconstrued when they think you're talking bad. Tua takes hits. He holds the ball. Obviously, this particular situation, and you can call it an anomaly, right, with his ribs being fractured this go-around. But it's a part of his career now. It's something that people are going to have to start paying attention to. Stephen A., I don't know if you remember, but we had this same discussion with OBJ. And I was like, at what point do teams start to say, this guy's injury prone? We may not have him. His availability may be in question. So with Tua in his young, early career, this scares me a lot about how people's perception of him will be.
Let me say this to you, and I like Tua Tagovailoa a lot. I don't give a damn about the point that you just made. He's not that priority in my mind right now. He's completed 54% of his passes this year, relatively average and pedestrian, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, nothing to brag home about, has been nothing to brag home about dating back to last year. Why is that relevant to me, Swagoo? Because I'm thinking about the brothers, Brian Flores and Chris Greer, who had the number 5 overall pick and passed up on Justin Herbert to take Tua Tagovailoa. Knowing that he got injured at Alabama, had that nasty injury, okay, came into the draft, all right, injured already. There were questions about him. And now we see Justin Herbert looking like an absolute stud. I mean, you got people that have brought up John Elway. They brought up Dan Marino. They brought up people like that. When you see this brother's arm, his ability to make those throws, except Brett Favre, they brought up guys like that when talking about Justin Herbert. And so to me, even though we wish nothing but the best for Tua, we hope that he's healthy, and we believe in his skill set because we saw what he did as a national champion at Alabama. We get all of that. The flip side is that you and I both know, Swagoo, that if this doesn't work out for him, they ain't going to say injury. They going to say you had a chance to get Herbert, and you passed for Tua. And that is what concerns me. That's what I don't like about this.
But let's not live in that world, bro. And I got to pull you out of that.
That's what he does.
When did he say
always nudging at me.
Going to win? I didn't hear,
he didn't say anything. I mean, what am I going to do to him? All I'm going to do to him is say, I ain't like I'm going to do something to Rick Mahorn.
2 HBCU alums, 2 winners. I love it. Let's get to another winner. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers got back on track this week. With the victory over the Lions on Monday Night Football, Rodgers played a nearly flawless game, throwing for 255 yards and 4 touchdowns on 22 of 27 passing. One thing Rodgers wasn't happy with was all the talk surrounding him after the Week 1 loss. Take a listen to him on the Pat McAfee Show.
It's absolute horse to give a platform to people who have no idea what they're talking about as far as my mental state and, my focus, my work habits. People that have not been around me, they're not in my life, I don't have communication with them, or not in the locker room. I mean, that's just it's chicken. It's so ridiculous that people get a platform to do this.
Big Swagoo is back. I don't know. I kind of like this, Aaron, just like I like the new Tom Brady. This is kind of a new Aaron Rodgers to me. Stephen A., your thoughts on those comments?
Well, I like it too, but that doesn't negate the fact that I think he's tripping a little bit.
Okay.
And before I go into all of that, Swagoo, let me say this, especially to a former athlete like yourself. I joke around with the Cowboys because of their fans and all of that other stuff, but I'm very, very serious about my business and showing these marvelous athletes the respect that they deserve. Particularly when it's earned. And Aaron Rodgers is a person that's earned that. And so I take his words very seriously and his attitude that he exuded very seriously, because I want folks to understand that athletes are justified. I had the pleasure of talking this past offseason. I'm not going to mention his name. He's a basketball player. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's a superstar in the NBA right now. But I'm not going to divulge who I spoke to because I don't know if he would want me to do that. I will tell you this. He made a very, very valid point where he highlighted there is a difference between talking about something you have seen on the court or field of play and talking about somebody's character. And so as a result, when we're talking about things sometimes, we have to be mindful of how it's embraced by that athlete. Okay, in terms of, all right, are we talking about his play? And put Swagoo up on the screen, please, because I want to see him when I'm talking to him. It's one thing when you're talking about what you did on the field or court of play. It's another thing to use that as an excuse to get into somebody's character. We all know how big of a fan I am of Aaron Rodgers. We all know that I lamented when people tried to bring his family business into the equation, when they talked about his brother saying something about him. Or it's none of our damn business. We don't know what the hell's going on, and we should mind our damn business. And there's lines that we have no business crossing ever, period. Having said that, that was not the case last week when Aaron Rodgers played bad against the New Orleans Saints. What we were saying was, damn, that ain't what we've seen over the last decade. You jumping up in the air, you're off balance, you're throwing it 3 feet behind a receiver, not one but 2 interceptions. We're talking about a guy that spent the vast majority of his career not even throwing double-digit interceptions in an entire season. And he threw 2 in a game. It's an aberration. And so pointing that out and feeding off of what we witnessed in the offseason, there's nothing wrong with folks saying, damn, you look bad. You didn't look focused. You didn't look like yourself. That is not attacking it. It's questioning what was going on with you that week because we've never seen it before. There is a difference, Aaron Rodgers, respectfully, because I got nothing but love for you. Respectfully, there is a difference.
Stephen A., that's the exact point, man. Like, you know, we say things and, you know, everybody know me. I say things and it's really what I see. I'm not insinuating anything. It's what I see. The reality of the first week of the football season is Aaron Rodgers played bad, and there was a correlation between what happened this offseason in his first game, and his demeanor on the sideline was not good. All right, I don't know how Aaron Rodgers operates in his everyday life. I don't know how he operates. I don't know where he is mentally. That, to your point, that's none of my business, and I really don't care about it, to be honest with you. I cover football. I cover athletes in football. You cover football and all other sports. And there is absolutely a way to do it. The bottom line is this. This is what I feel from Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers respectfully wants to control his own narrative, which every athlete should. We living in that era right now where athletes want to control their own narrative. They have a voice. They have platforms. People are listening and watching what they do. But when we analyze a football game from week 1, and we analyze that based on things that transpired in this offseason, and you come out and put that performance up, and then you act shocked that people are going to question whether you were there all the way or not, I don't even understand how you get to the conclusion that people are just saying stuff out of the blue about this particular situation. So when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, the football player, and what he does, we understand how great he is. But that doesn't put you above reproach. That doesn't put you above being critiqued or criticized based on the things that we've seen on the field and things that you've done and talked about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Well, Sunday Night Football, he gets a shot at redemption.
Well, listen,
against the Niners.
He showed what he can do, and he's
They got the best of him a couple NFC championship games.
He has nothing to prove to us other than going for another Super Bowl, but he is right for those out there who are questioning his character. Mm-hmm. He is right. I'm just saying a vast majority of people haven't done that to Aaron Rodgers and are not doing that to Aaron Rodgers. We're looking at him, and we're saying that was an aberration. We ain't never seen that before.
S.A. Man, listen, we give opinions, bro. Yeah. We give opinions, and we have to, in our job, and this is something you taught me, we have to acknowledge when we're wrong.
Yeah.
When we overstep, when we say something that's out of line or unnecessary, we have to acknowledge that. We're not above reproach or critique or criticism at all. But when we watch a football game or we watch a basketball game, like I just saw you and my brother Big Perk talk about Ben Simmons and his situation, we're giving an opinion based on our experience and the things we know. We ain't just sitting up here trying to go hard on Aaron Rodgers or Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do want to highlight the point about the personal life, because that is always off limits, and that's never okay. That's not our job. That's not what we're doing here.
I would like to give people some advice. You do have to tell people to kiss your ass. You really do. It is necessary sometimes. Instead of always being nice about it. I have no problem doing that whatsoever.
In social media, I use the word cool.
Yeah.
No, I say what I say.
Typing that aloud.
I say what I said on social media. I use the 3 words, not the 1.
Okay.
And I don't mind it. It's very cathartic. Y'all should try it sometime. Seriously.
All right.
Seriously.
We'll just all marinate on that for a moment. Yeah. Thank you for that, Stephen A. Stephen A. Steelers in a whole world of trouble. We'll ask maybe thinks Pittsburgh needs to turn their attention to signing Cam. Plus,